Why it matters. With tensions between Trump and Zelensky having worsened, Ukraine's chances of maintaining its territorial integrity have been jeopardized. Following Trump's removal of U.S. support in terms of military aid and intelligence, Kyiv may not be able to prepare for Russian strikes and may see increased casualty figures. What to know? Speaking to Le Point, Podolyak said that the Ukrainian president would not apologize for his conduct during the heated meeting with Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance at the Oval Office last week. Discussing Zelensky's behavior in Washington, he said, "He was absolutely right in form and substance when he tried to convey to our American partners the key idea. Nothing will be done without coercion of Russia. It is impossible to achieve positive results by counting on voluntary concessions from Moscow. Without coercion of Russia, there can be no peace negotiations. Our president tirelessly explains to our partners what this war is and who provoked it, so we will not apologize for a supposed mistake that did not take place." Podolyak added that the meeting had been a very emotional discussion between political leaders and that it was useful in some ways. The presidential advisor said that, "By highlighting our differences, it allows us to clarify our views. Unlike us, the United States continues to think that Russia is a country with which one can negotiate." He noted that he hoped in laying out their disagreements, the U.S. and Ukraine could reach a consensus on a number of points, primarily pertaining to the inability to negotiate with Russia. In the interview, Podolyak also spoke about the U.S. provision of aid to Ukraine and how Kyiv would continue fighting with Washington's support. In last week's explosive meeting, Trump and Zelensky engaged in a heated argument over the possibility of a ceasefire and security guarantees for Ukraine. At one point, the American president said Zelensky was gambling with World War III and was being disrespectful. The Ukrainian president was asked to leave the White House and only return when he is ready for peace. Soon after Zelensky left the U.S., Trump halted all military aid to Ukraine and cut off Kyiv's access to U.S.-generated intelligence, preventing allies from sharing the information with Ukraine as well. Zelensky took to X, formerly known as Twitter, on March 4th to reiterate his administration's commitment to achieving peace and returning to the negotiating table with Trump, referring to their spat as regrettable. The Ukrainian president said that Kyiv would like future cooperation and communication to be constructive and that he is ready to sign a minerals agreement. What people are saying. Scott Dworkin, co-founder of the Democratic Coalition, wrote on X. At the end, Zelensky looked at the press pool and gave a thumbs up with a smile. Zelensky then went on Fox News and refused to apologize. Good. Trump is the one who owes an apology and his resignation to the world. Podcaster Michael Savage wrote on X. Z must be replaced by his own people. Zelensky declines to apologize to Trump after heated Oval Office meeting. Zelensky wrote on X. Our relationship with the American president is more than just two leaders. It's a historic and solid bond between our peoples. That's why I always begin with words of gratitude from our nation to the American nation. American people help save our people. Humans and human rights come first. We're truly thankful. We want only strong relations with America, and I really hope we will have them. What happens next? Trump has kept the ban on providing military aid to Ukraine in place and will only lift it when he can decide what constitutes Ukraine showing that it is serious about peace talks. Although Zelensky has already agreed to sign the minerals deal, U.S. and Ukrainian officials are scheduled to meet for peace talks in Saudi Arabia next week.